Hey everyone, for the month of February I am interviewing friends, family and people that I've met throughout my life, just asking them life questions just to get to know them and see what I can learn from everyone. And yeah, hopefully it's a fun little journey for everyone involved.
Fun.
Andrew, my husband, doesn't get a choice in the matter, I'm sorry. So, let's do it.
Let's get started.
Let's do it. I'm a little bit nervous because we've just started. I haven't done this before. I've never interviewed someone before. And Andrew's done many interviews, so he's a professional.
I get fired from so many jobs that I need to re-interview for another one. So,
I have a few questions that I want to ask all of my interviewees. The first question for you is, how do we know each other?
Well, you might not know this, but we both work together on a job site in the Pilbara, working FIFO, called Wheatstone. We both worked for Bechtel, and you were a Peggy when I first started with them in the logistics department, in the trucks, and then you moved into the pipe store, I think, and we just sort of got to know each other. Not great friends or anything. I thought you were hot, so I thought I'd better talk to you, make friends with you, and you thought I was nothing, so you didn't give me too much of the time of day. But
for some reason I have a memory of you just with like your buttons.
This never happened.
Your buttons undone.
Never happened. I was never a fan of the V that would come from the sun. So this I don't know who you're talking about that wore a shirt like that, but it was not me.
Just like
that was me. And then once you had left, I was in Lombok and you were in Bali, and I noticed you on Facebook posting that you're in Bali, and I was coming through Bali on my way home from Lombok, and so I organised to meet up and go out and have a drink, and the rest is history. 2 babies later.
Nice.
Yeah.
Best Bali meetup ever.
Yeah, you certainly got lucky on that one. So yeah, that was how we met. Remember, you don't remember, but the first day I saw you, you were in the dry mess getting your lunch for the day, and you asked where the condiments were, and I pointed you in the direction of where the condiments were, and I believe you actually used the word condiments.
No, I wouldn't have.
Oh, so you went, where are the jams and the butters? Anyway,
I don't.
True story.
Remember much, so beautiful story. No?
Yeah, absolutely. So romantic.
My next question is, you have made your own app.
Yes.
And you've made 2 apps this is your second app.
Yep.
So my question for you is, what inspired you to start making apps? And I just want to know more about it, and I want all my friends and followers to know more about you.
So the first app that I made was called Travel Buds, and it was essentially Tinder for backpackers. So it was well, not necessarily backpackers, but that was our target audience. It was basically for people traveling to meet up with other people that were traveling in the area, and to find people to travel with. You know, solo travelers finding people going in the same direction as them and traveling together. That was born out of a discussion. I was at a hostel in Bali, and there was a girl, and she was basically saying that she only uses Tinder to find people to travel with. And a candle went off in my head that maybe that was something that we could do. So I, with a mate, developed that app. It was really good, but just chose the wrong person to go into business with. So ended up knocking that on the head before we had monetized it. And then the second app, FIFOLIFE, came out of a discussion with a guy at work when I was at Wheatstone. There was a roster app that everyone was using at the time that was starting to bug out because they weren't upkeeping it anymore. And he knew that I'd made an app before, so he said, why don't you make a roster app that actually works? And that lit a candle in my head as well. And so I decided to go with that and monetize it straight away by making it a paid app, an app that people have to pay for. So that's took about a year, I think, maybe a bit longer to make, and it's been going since, I want to say 2016, maybe 2014, 2016.
So 10 years.
2016, so I think maybe 8 years.
And how many downloads have you had with your app? Sorry, putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I think it's around 45,000 now or
Pretty
something
good.
like that. You'd want to hope that I had a lot more money out of it than I do
Oh,
for
well.
45,000 downloads. But yeah, it's been an adventure doing it. It's been interesting, and it's taught me some things and definitely kept me busy. So.
Yeah, well, it's not every day you meet somebody that's built an app.
Let
by
alone
themselves.
two. Ooh.
My entrepreneur.
Yes, that's right.
Are you working on anything interesting right now?
The only thing I'm working on at the moment really is mainly my health. Probably last year I blew out a fair bit and got heavier than I certainly want to be. So end of last year and the start of this year was mainly working on getting the weight down, getting the fitness up, and starting to, I guess, like what I see in the mirror more now, because there's times when I clock myself in the mirror and the feelings weren't good. So yeah,
To change.
yeah, working now mainly on my health and getting the body into a place where it's not a struggle every day getting out of bed. Not that I was struggling because I was a fatty, struggling because I wasn't limber. So I'm stretching and I'm doing things to basically get my prod in stick. Can you roll me out of bed again, honey? So yeah, it was. It's more working on my health and working on my flexibility and mobility. And being, I'm not young anymore. I'm not made of rubber. So you got to actually work on these things these days.
Yeah, you're not born with it. You have to work at it.
Well, you actually really are born with flexibility.
Oh, yeah.
It's something that does get tight. You don't manage it through your life, and I've never been a stretcher, and I'm paying the price for it now. So now I'm working on stretching and trying to loosen up the body and stiff limbs and all that sort of thing. So. Yeah, that's one thing I'm working on these days, my darling.
Well, it actually helps me because when you're in the groove of things and working on your fitness, working on your eating, it helps me stay on better track.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a little bit more
Discipline?
than I
Yes.
do, but
You've definitely done better, a lot better lately than you have in the past.
yeah, just got to get back
Baby
on the
steps.
wagon. Have you ever had any pushback from people throughout your life when starting something new? For example, maybe your FIFO apps or anything new, or any other life stage. What do you say to the naysayers or the dream stealers, as I like to call them? Or do you have any stories you can share with us where you had any pushback that you have overcome?
Nothing actually springs to mind as far as pushback on anything. I guess I've always been a bit of an individual where if I wanted to get something done, I'd just get it done. And for the most part, probably block out the naysayers.
Mm-hmm.
That's my method. I don't generally let people derail my plans. Not necessarily reliant on other people. I've always just sort of been that person that's motivated myself, and if I've seen a goal, I've just gone for it. And yeah, mainly blocked out the people that, if there have been people that have been naysaying or stealing my dreams, then yeah, I just block them out. Don't really give them much time of day. I don't fuel their negativity, basically.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people can't just block it out.
Yeah.
It seems like you haven't even noticed, maybe. You haven't
Yeah,
even
for the most
noticed
part,
it.
I don't really notice. And if I do actively notice someone being negative, I'll either remove myself from them,
Yeah.
or just sort of brush off the situation. It's
Yeah.
just that sort of. I generally find anything like that comes from their insecurities, not their actual belief that I can't do something.
Yeah.
So their insecurities is their issue, not mine, and I don't let it sort of fog what my goal is.
Yeah, that's what I love most about you, is how confident you are in your decision making, and you don't let others bring you down, ever. I've never ever seen it, and you've taught me a lot.
Yeah, I have noticed you make a lot of steps towards shutting out people that aren't there for any good except for to put you down. So it's good. I'm glad I'm rubbing off on you.